why do we try to portray ourselves in a particular light?
I think it's a little bit of instinct and a little bit of pride, both mixed together. Nobody wants people to look at them and think less of them, to think that they're weak or unworthy. But we also learn from an early age that many things are performance-driven. Even in elementary school, the first ones picked for the team are usually either the ones who are the best at the game or the popular kids. And these things make an impact on us, even if we aren't aware at the time. They stick with us. And as we grow into adults, it's the same thing. In order to get the promotion at work, we have to be the best. We have to try the hardest. We have to put in the most effort. We have to put our best foot forward when we go to an interview to get the job. That stigma is constantly there, even if we're leaving the house just to run to the store or posting a photo on social media. It's just one of those things in the back of our head that it's ingrained in us.
It makes me think about the book that you did. It makes me think about the book that you did when we talked about on the show about Am I Beautiful? Mirror, Mirror, Am I Beautiful? It makes me think about that because social media does have a huge impact. I remember the other day, I think you may have saw it, Heather, on my Facebook. I did one of those silly face apps, and then I got kind of caught up in it because you could take the picture and it says, which version of you looks the most beautiful? With glasses, with makeup, or with a fringe, like that's the only thing that's going to work for me, And so I got caught up in it. And I'm looking at it, and I actually think I looked pretty good with the makeup on. I don't wear makeup, So I'm like, wow. Then all of a sudden, I won't lie to you. This thing came over me like, wow, I really wish I looked like that. And all of a sudden, I started to feel bad. And all of a sudden, I'm saying, why can't I look like that? Why do I have to look like this? To just get attacked by that stigma, trying to portray it. Then I had to come off of it and say, stop. It's just a Facebook app that means absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? You got to kind of come out of it. And that's like the same way you're trying to put on a facade. You want to look like someone else. Someone else looks like they're doing great. Someone else looks like they're doing good. So you want to put on that facade, well, I'm doing just as good as you are. And so I like that you mentioned it's a little bit of everything because in order to be seen, in order to get the job, in order to be caught by talent scouts or whoever, you have to put your best foot forward. But it's putting your best foot forward means putting on a facade. That's the question. Yep. And I think that's important too. That's why I really enjoyed reading Candid Conversations. I mean, when you sent it to me and I started reading, some of these really came home to me. And I was like, well, Lord, help me in this area, But think about putting on a facade. That when you put on a facade, you're going to be hiding something else because you don't want people to know certain things about you. But we do know that we're going to fail to keep it a secret, Right. So how can we keep it a secret if we're going to fail? Because eventually someone's going to find out that you don't have it all together. So what compels us to keep it a secret then?
Well, I actually talked about this yesterday. I had a launch party for my book on Facebook, and I was talking to several different women. And they all came up with some really good inputs for this. And some of them said it makes bearing your soul makes you feel really vulnerable. Or, there's the fear of rejection. They don't want to compromise how other people see you or your family. Just a lack of time in general. Or not having friendships that allow you to have that openness. Mm-hmm. Not wanting to burden someone else with your problems. Or assuming someone else is too busy for you. And there are just so many reasons, whether those are real or imagined, that keep us from sharing our struggles and keeping those struggles secret. And when we do that, they kind of eat us alive, and Satan absolutely loves it. But God wants so much more for us.
I like how you said that, Heather. I actually have to just be open to. One time I was having issues with some marriage issues, and I reached out to George. I don't know if you know George McVeigh. He's our pastor for PJC Media. And y'all pray for George. He's in the hospital right now. Make sure y'all pray for him, put him in your prayer list. But I had reached out to George, and all I said was, George, pray for me when you get a chance. That's all I said. And so he contacted me, and George said, Parker, you are not going to just say that and hit it and leave, So I said, well, no, you're busy. Everything you just said. I said, no, you're busy. You got other things to worry about. Just say a prayer. He said, no. And he literally made me tell him what was going on. And by that time, I'm like bawling and crying and like snot all coming down my nose and all this kind of stuff. But what happened is that he cared enough to pull it out of us. And sometimes when we try to keep it in, like you said, that actually hurts us because it starts to eat at us where we're not getting the help from our fellow brothers and sisters in Christ, And that's what I like about Candid Conversations, is that you don't have to keep it in. Mind you, I don't think you have to do what I call like emotional diarrhea. I can't think of another word. You don't have to tell everything, you know. We don't need to know what color your undergarments are. Yeah, you know, you have to be careful of who you be candid with because everybody has your best interest at heart, you know. But being transparent to an extent does help you because that means you don't have to put on a facade, you know. And I can appreciate that as we continue to talk about this. That's why I want you to pick up this book, Candid Conversations, because I'm sure that in this book, every one of us, especially women, every one of us can relate to one of these stories. I know we can.